with the 200 medley relay, the 200 free, 200 IM, 50 free, 100 fly, 100 free, 500 free, 200 free relay, 100 backstroke, 100 breaststroke, 400 free relay, and of course our 1 meter diving events.
Do we still do the butterfly?
Yeah, 100 butterfly, yes, absolutely.
That was the one stroke I could never master.
No, it's a tough one. No kidding. People find that the most challenging for sure.
Absolutely. Are the categories the same for men and women, or is it different for girls?
Same for men and women at the high school level. So every event we swim for the women, we swim for the men. Swim for the men, we swim for the women. Absolutely.
Turning our attention to diving, what are the criteria upon which divers are evaluated? What are those events?
We have the 1 meter diving, and during the season, they're allowed to perform either a 6 or 11 dive competition that could be at a dual meet where they're permitted to dive either 6 or 11. Most of your invitationals, though, would be an 11 dive format.
What constitutes a foul or points off when it comes to swimming or diving? Where can they lose points?
Boy, swimming, certainly I tell people that get into the sport, sometimes they think, we'll get an official that, is coming to their end of career. Maybe in another sport, think that swimming might be something that, they're able to do a little bit easier. They love officiating. They get into our sport. And what they don't understand is that our rule book is just as thick as any other sport. There's just as many rules, and if once you know the sport, there's hundreds of ways that unfortunately there could be disqualification with the 4 strokes and the IM. Everything from illegal strokes to false starts, leaving early on relays, not touching the wall with both hands on certain events. So there's many ways. Unfortunately, that some swimmers could be disqualified from their events, but luckily we've seen once you get to the high school level, that drops compared to at the USA level when kids are just starting and just learning the strokes. We have a little bit easier once they get to the high school level, and of course with a dive, you're looking at the whole dive. There's 5 parts of the dive, and we're looking from everything from the approach to the entry of the water. And, there you have a little bit of subjectability with when you have, 3 to 5 to 7 judges scoring you 1 through 10. But there's something that one judge might see that the next may not. That's why we only take the three scores in the middle, and we toss out the high and low. So
only a few schools have dominated this sport, including my alma mater, Hawkins School and Gates Mills. Why is that? Why is that?
Boy, I mean, heck, you go back prior to the 1960s. Kent McKinley was your dominant program. 13 state championships, 12 runner-ups, a couple national championships thrown in. At that time, you didn't have 700 schools across the state swimming. McKinley had a heck of a program. They stayed dominant for many years, produced a lot of All-Americans and state champions. As time moved on, the the sport became more popular. Schools like Hawken, who, up until just 2 years ago had won every Division II title on the women's side since its inception in the early 2000s. You got Cincinnati St. Xavier, a program that's, produced many Olympians, has produced many national championships. People identify, those schools as being successful, and parents, want to set their kids up for the next level, and they have no problem sending their child to a program like that because they know they're going to be in great hands with the coaching staff, and they know that the kids are going to get better. And those two right there, St. X and Hawken, I don't know if anybody's ever done it better than those two programs. Certainly they haven't, in the last 30, 40 years. They just, they're the dominant programs, and they continue to reload every year.
Now, there's a big tournament, a state tournament at the end of February. Where is it, and what's at stake?
We're in Canton, Ohio. We've been there since the 70s. Ever since the C.T. Brandon Auditorium was built, that's been our home. It's the biggest high school pool in the state. It's, quite frankly, the biggest pool in the state, including college universities. What's at stake? We've got the Division I and the Division II boys and girls state championships.
Thank you so much, RJ. There's more Ohio Sports Magazine next on the Ohio News Network.
Here at The Fan, we give you 14 hours of live and local programming every day. We care about you. We live and work in your community. Except Bo Bishop. He won't tell us where the hell he is. Your live and local station. Except Bo. The Fan.
At Meijer, we believe the holidays should be a special time. A time when families and friends can gather for the simple purpose of enjoying each other's company. From the gifts and decorations which make the moment, to the fresh ingredients that make the meal. Count on Meijer to bring the magic of the season to life with just one stop. We're always working harder to make the holidays a good deal better. Meijer, bring more good to the holidays.
Combat falling interest rates now. Lock in a 7-month certificate from Kemba Financial Credit Union and earn up to 4.5% annual percentage yield. Visit Kemba.org for details. Hurry! This exceptional rate offer expires December 31st, 2024. APY equals annual percentage yield. Restrictions apply. $500 minimum deposit required to open and earn stated APY, and $250,000 maximum deposit. Advantage status required. Federally insured by NCUA.
Year-end pricing. New Kias under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
$5? You see, Max, the holidays drive everyone crazy! Especially Great Lakes Kia.
Hi, mister.
Ah!
Did you hear? Year-end pricing.
Thanks, kid, but my credit's in the doghouse. No offense, Max.
If you've got a job, you ride.
A job, eh? Go on.
Lease new Kia K4, K5, and Sorrentos. All three under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
That's only $149 a month for 24 months.
New 25 Kia K5 LXS, K4 LXS, and Sorrento LX. Standard with third row seating. All three under $5 a day. Save thousands.
Thousands?
And we have 0% financing.
I'm tingly. I can't take it.
You're happy.
New Kias under $5 a day.
During the season of New Tradition sales event.
Great cars.
Great people. Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus.
GreatLakesKia.com.
To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details. Listen, you've been making house payments for years, right? And right now, your home's value has never been higher, right? That means you're likely sitting on a small fortune in equity. Good for you. That's cash you could use to help secure your retirement, solve all your financial burdens, enable you to travel, everything you want. The catch is, you're not ready to move. No problem. You don't have to with the Truehold Sell and Stay Leaseback program. This is a genius financial strategy. You sell your home to Truehold while its value is high. You bank all that equity in cash now, and you can stay as long as you like with an easy, affordable lease. And Truehold pays property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. Truehold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. Get a Truehold offer now while your home's value is sky high. Call 1-855-300 1-800-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out without moving out. Truehold.com.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. The holidays are here, and let's face it, it's easy to put on a few extra pounds between the parties, the food, and the stress. But this year, do something different and try semaglutide from Affinity Whole Health. Semaglutide is a game changer for weight loss. It'll help curb cravings and keep your energy up so you can tackle the holidays with ease. If you're thinking about TRT or already on it, they work together for amazing results. Get started at feelgreatcolumbus.com. That's feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Around the world, Children International and friends like you are giving children in poverty a chance to grow and thrive, to be healthy, to succeed in school, and achieve great things. How do we do it? In the best way possible, by helping ensure access to healthcare, nutrition, and educational opportunities. And most importantly, by empowering youths and their families to get out of poverty and into employment through life skills, computer, and job training. The very tools they need to break the cycle of poverty and build futures full of promise. Because every child deserves a chance to realize their full and best potential. Learn more about how Children International is empowering children and families by going to children.org today. That's children.org.
Here's a listener tweet. Are Man and Bone stupid in real life? Yes. Yes, they are. Common Man and T-Bone.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
The Fan. Now back to Ohio Sports Magazine on the Ohio News Network. Once again, here's Jay Fox.
Nicole Sheeran is the new weekend sports anchor and featured sports reporter at ONN affiliate WBNS TV 10 in Columbus. She joins us now on Ohio Sports Magazine. And first of all, congratulations and welcome to the WBNS family.
Thank you so much, Jay. I appreciate it. I'm very excited to be here.
Well, we're glad to have you. So, Nicole, where is home for you? Where are you from?
So I was born and raised in Manhattan Beach, California, 30 minutes south of LA, and then I've kind of been all over the place. I went to Georgia for undergrad, and then I actually moved back home to go to USC for grad school, and then I was in Waco, Texas before coming here. So I've kind of been all over.
What first got you interested in sports as a child?
I was the son, or basically the son my dad never had. I was that girl who played every sport growing up. Softball was my main sport, but I pretty much did it all. And it kind of got to the point where when I decided I didn't want to play softball in college, but I still wanted to have sports a part of my life, this seemed like the perfect career path for me to kind of talk about sports and immerse myself in sports, but not necessarily play them anymore. I mean, I was the girl who watched college football with my dad on Saturdays and NFL on Sundays, and growing up going to Dodger games, Laker games, we did it all. It was a big part of my life.
It sounds like my relationship with my oldest daughter. She was the exact same way and even went to journalism school, but didn't pursue sports or journalism as a career.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So when you think back to the sports that you played in school, I know you said you were a softball player. Was that your favorite sport?
That was my favorite sport. I was a pitcher, so that was my favorite sport to play. I was very dedicated to it. It took up a lot of my life because at the time I kind of thought I wanted to play in college, so I worked really hard at it. But I also loved basketball. I loved volleyball, tennis, soccer. I did dance too. I mean, I did everything. But I would say softball was definitely my main sport.
And when it comes to being a spectator, did that interest in softball translate to having a passion for baseball, or was there another sport that you just loved to watch?
Yeah, it actually did. My dad played baseball, so I played softball, and obviously I loved going to Dodger games on a sunny night in California, and I'd go with my family. And I personally like watching the game of softball better because it's quicker paced, but I loved baseball because of that. But I will say, Jay, I am a college football girl until the day I die. That is my bread and butter. That's what I love to watch. It's my favorite sport.
So when you think about your career choice for sports journalism, Did you have any hesitation about going into what has been previously a male-dominated field?
Absolutely. That was definitely a thought that crossed my mind, because as we all know, it is previously a male-dominated industry. And I will say a big part of my decision to pursue this career, I knew that I was always the girl growing up. I have a lot of guy friends. I was very comfortable around guys. I knew that I could kind of hold my own around them. So that part of it didn't scare me. If anything, it kind of gave me, the encouragement that I maybe can set myself apart because I am a woman in this industry and I have a different perspective to offer and I have a different outlook on the whole industry in general. So it was a thought, but it didn't discourage me from pursuing it. It almost kind of made me want to do it even more.
Of the female sports broadcasters that you were familiar with as you were considering this career path, who was an inspiration to you?
I have always loved watching Laura Rutledge. Obviously, Erin Andrews is, one of the first. Maria Taylor actually came and spoke to my class when I was at Georgia because she went to Georgia, of course. And just seeing, I really do love, those three in particular, but just kind of seeing how even Laura Rutledge, you see how she has a family and she balances that and balances the career that she's pursuing. And, coming from an SEC school myself, I love watching her on SEC Nation. I think she does a great job. I just think she really balances the whole career-life balance very, very well. And that's something I aspire to do because I do want to have a family and have that a part of my life down the road. And I think seeing her balance all of that is inspirational for sure.
Was it always going to be TV or did you consider radio or newspaper?
For my passion, it was always TV for me, just because I loved the adrenaline of being on a sideline and kind of, ad-libbing my way through shows and interviewing coaches, interviewing players. That's my favorite part of the industry. So for me, it was always going to be TV. I also love radio. I dabble in it, of course, some now with, 97.1 The Fan and all of that, and I always think it's fun to hop on. But for me, TV was always the passion.
What do you think is going to be the future for sportscasters on television? Our industry is changing.
Yeah, it's definitely changing, Jay. I would say that a huge part of this industry is going to be digital. So I have always kind of lived by the rule that, of course, I'm a sports reporter on TV, but I really make an effort to have my digital platforms also provide that content to viewers and to followers, because the reality is a lot of us are getting our sports knowledge off of our phones. And so a huge part of this, where this is all going, we do it now. We watch games on our ESPN app on our phone. We stream stuff. We get info off of X. We get it off of Instagram. You have to be digitally focused in this world, in my opinion, to further yourself and succeed, because that's where it's all going. So a huge emphasis for me has been providing that to followers that keep in touch with me and want to know the inside scoop, give them that access they can't see on TV, provide that in a digital space.
I like to say we're going to become content vending machines.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly right.
Now, can you stick around because I want to talk a little bit about Ohio State?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. We'll be back with more of our chat with sports anchor Nicole Sheeran as Ohio Sports Magazine rolls on the Ohio News Network.
Hey, folks, it's game day, and the betting's going to be intense, Drew.
You said it, Dave, but a good pregame routine keeps betting responsible.
That's right. You got to pause before you play.
Good call. Sports betting is hot, but it can be risky.
And pausing to set limits is an all-star move.
That's right, Dave. If you bet on sports, pause before you play to set limits, recognize the risk, and know when to stop.
Learn more at pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Steel holiday savings are here. Make room under the tree for gifts at the top of their wish list. Right now, power up the holidays with great deals on long-lasting tools. Find the perfect gift at your local Steel dealer or shop the Steel Holiday Gift Guide at steelusa.com.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state.
ONN affiliate WBNS TV reports.
Haley Kirby reporting in downtown Toledo.
From the State House, Kevin Landers.
ONN Canton.
ONN affiliate WKYC TV in Cleveland explains.
In Marietta, Brett Wharf, ONN News.
Emma Henderson in Genoa.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at ONNradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network.
And now, Public Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Scott Tomorrow.
Ohio's public schools serve 90% of students in our state in caring, safe learning environments where experienced professional educators are dedicated to helping each child learn, grow, and thrive. Our public tax dollars belong in our public schools. Please tell your state lawmakers to support public education in Ohio.
Public Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association.
Flexible, secure, fun. Oh, and great pay, too. Are you not sure what you want to do for a career? Or are you thinking of changing careers? Being a dental hygienist or dental assistant may be the perfect fit for you and provides all of these perks, plus more. Talk with a dentist in your community or visit ODA.org to learn more. Become a valuable member of the dental team and start helping people love their smile. This message is brought to you by the members of the Ohio Dental Association.
Does heel pain make you hobble just getting out of bed in the morning? If heel pain is affecting your ability to exercise and meet your walking or running goals, relief is as close as your local podiatrist. Podiatric physicians are highly trained doctors who specialize in medical and surgical treatment of the foot and ankle. Ohio foot and ankle podiatric physicians are available across the state and are devoted to providing the highest quality foot and ankle care.
For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Now back to Ohio Sports Magazine on the Ohio News Network. Once again, here's Jay Fox.
Back with Nicole Sheeran, and we're talking about the Ohio State University Buckeyes men's football team. And this class of 1991 alum still, a week later, has his mouth open at a 13-10 loss to Michigan. I thought for sure this would be the year that we turned it around.
I know. Jay, I think we all did, didn't we?
Rivalries drive sports at all level of the game and across all sports played. What is the difference, in your opinion, between a healthy rivalry and an unhealthy rivalry?
I think a healthy rivalry, and I'm coming from, obviously I went to school at Georgia, so, you know, I'm used to Georgia playing a Bama, or obviously we've got Georgia Tech. That's, you know, a historic rivalry. I think a healthy rivalry is where you are prepping for that game, not because you hate the other team, but because you yourself want to prove that you're better and you want to further your own team, not because you want to prove a point against the other team, if that makes sense, or because you have this pure hatred for the other team. I would consider that a healthy rivalry. I think an unhealthy rivalry is when that line maybe blurs between who are we really doing this for at the end of the day. And I think that's where the confusion and maybe the teetering line of, is this the way we should really look at this rivalry or not, can be crossed.
Do you think that that's what happened after the game when they lost and Michigan tried to plant that flag at the shoe?
So, you know, obviously, and again, I'm not from Ohio, so I don't want anyone to think that I have personal experience with this. I grew up watching this rivalry. I know what it means, but I did not grow up in Ohio. So it's not personal for me. But I will say, you know, I was on the field, Jay, when it all happened. I was right in the middle of it, kind of by accident. I wanted to get video of the Michigan players planting the flag, and then all of a sudden I'm surrounded by all the guys and everybody's fighting. I understand why emotions were like that afterwards, because this rivalry, it's not just a game, it's personal. And I get why it happened. I mean, Michigan guys wanting to plant the flag, Buckeyes not too happy about that. And Ryan Day even said after the game, he said, this is our field. They're going to protect it. That's what it is at the end of the day. Do I think it's okay the way it happened? No, I don't think that should happen after every game. But I think it is part of rivalry games. I mean, we saw it all over the country, right? We saw it with UNC, NC State. We saw it with Arizona, Arizona State. It was happening everywhere. But I will say what I've learned about this rivalry specifically is that it's personal for these guys. It's not a game. It's a lifestyle. It's something they prepare for 365 days a year. Every day they think about that team up north. They're living in their heads rent-free, in my opinion. I just think it's something that it's a part of who they are. And it's not necessarily just, it's just a game. It's a rival game. We have to win. It's like, no, it's really personal for them.
Trust me, I've been thrown out of Charlie's Bar in Ann Arbor 3 times for wearing an Ohio State sweatshirt, so I get it.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
Ohio State is expected to win every football game they play. Is that a reasonable expectation for any sports team?
I mean, if you're a top program in the country, you should expect, you yourself should have the expectation that you want to win every game, right?
Right.
But of course, when you look at, even some of the best college football coaches in the country, Kirby Smart is an example. He's 1-7 against Alabama. So there's going to be those teams that you maybe just can't get over the hump with through those streaks of losing. Yes, I think it's a valid expectation to win every football game. But is it necessarily reasonable? No. Look at what college team has been undefeated for 4 years in a row. There literally isn't one.
Nope.
So is it reasonable? I don't know if I'd use reasonable, but I think it is a valid expectation for the coach and players to have themselves because, of course, they want to win every game.
So is a 2-loss season considered a success for Ohio State? Or is it considered a failure just because they lost to Michigan?
I think with the way that the college football playoff is working this year, where it's a 12-team format, if this was last year and it was a 4-team playoff and for some reason, because of all the other teams, this knocked Ohio State out of the playoffs, it is a disappointment of a season. Absolutely. But because they still have a national championship to play for, you can't look at it that way in my eyes. Yes, I get it. It's disappointing that they lost to the team up north for the 4th straight year. I totally understand that.
But if they win the national championship, is all forgiven?
I think, here's what I think. I think Buckeye fans, no, it's not forgiven with Buckeye fans. I think that the Michigan game is a totally separate dog in the fight. I even saw something that some fans would rather beat Michigan every year than win a national championship this year.
I've heard that too.
That just shows you honestly, there's the pure hatred between both teams and how much that game truly means. I don't think it's all forgiven, but I think, it may save some people's jobs. It may save a lot for one season, but no, it is not forgiven. You have to beat that team up north.
Do you think that loss was psychological, or was there something else going on? Because Michigan was not the better team on the field statistically.
Correct. No, I definitely think that what we saw on Saturday was an Ohio State team that preps 365 days for this game. And it just became too much. It became too much of they had a point to prove. They decided to change their entire scheme and run various plays that we haven't normally seen them run because they wanted to prove a point to the other team. It wasn't, in my eyes, I didn't see them playing the kind of football that we've seen them play all season and use the weapons that they have on their roster. It was, we need to play a certain way to prove a point. And I think that was the issue, is because they were trying to show, that they're tough guys, run it down their throats, pound the rock type guys, and they were physical, and they were trying to prove their physicality, when in reality, just win the game, right? You don't need to prove any point. Just win the football game, and everything's fine. So I think it was a combination of mentally, I think they were trying to prove a point, and I also think, yes, they weren't at their best on Saturday. I think we can all agree that there were definitely some issues. I mean, missed field goals, Will Howard with 2 interceptions. There were some issues on the field, and they were not performing at their best. So I think it was a combination of those 3.
The university has publicly expressed their support for Coach Ryan Day. Is that a PR stunt, or is Day likely to keep his job?
I think that, like I said earlier, this team is prepping to head to the playoffs. They still have a chance to make a run for a national title. You have to be completely locked in right now. You cannot be talking about anything else but we have playoffs to go to. We have games to win. It's not over for us. Because if the mindset changes, then the focus changes. There's all these distractions. They need to show everyone that, hey, we still want to win a national championship. We're locked in. We're ready to go. And that's what the players need to do. The players need to wash what happened on Saturday and change the mindset to, yes, 2 of our goals are no longer of beating the team up north and winning a Big Ten title. But the big goal is still in front of us, and they have to keep that focus.
We want to thank Nicole Sharon from WBNS TV 10 in Columbus for being our guest today. And there's more Ohio Sports Magazine straight ahead when we come back to the Ohio News Network.
Rise and shine, jabronis.
What a show this morning.
There's only one place where Buckeye legends lay the smackdown. Morning Juice with Bobby and Beamer.
Weekday mornings starting at 6.
Give me a juice box.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Enjoy huge savings, thoughtful gifts, stocking stuffers, and everything you need for a memorable holiday at Meijer. Keep your family toasty and warm with Falls Creek outerwear at 50% off. Give the gift of Squish with Squishmallows. Assorted 14-inch varieties now 40% off. Inspire creativity and fun with favorite brands like Crayola and Play-Doh, 20% off. Great gifts and exclusive holiday savings make the season a good deal better. Shop in-store or on the Meijer app and get the same low prices. Exclusions apply. Go to Meijer.com for details.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Common Man here. For every 2 windows you buy, you get 2 free, no limit. Plus 0% financing for 60 months. That's 5 years of interest-free payments. Call them today, 614-502-5220.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Save big money at Menards, your pet destination. Menards carries pet food, treats, toys, and more. Treat your dog to the delicious taste of bacon with Purina Bacon Strips. They're made with real bacon that dogs go hog wild for. Bacon strips are made without artificial flavors or colors and are available in a variety of savory flavors. Transform treat time with Purina Bacon Strips. A 40-ounce bag is $14.99 at Menards. Sale price good through December 15th.
Listen to Financially Fit Radio with Corey Sickles this Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on 1460 ESPN, covering topics like what you need to know about annuities and how to stay healthy and enjoy retirement. Financially Fit Radio this Saturday at 9 a.m. on 1460 ESPN.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Mommy, want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with Dayquil VapoCool. It's Dayquil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is Dayquil VapoCool.
Dayquil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
What's better than giving a gift everyone wants? Getting free gas and groceries by earning perks on gift cards purchased at Giant Eagle Market District and GetGo. Choose from hundreds of gift cards to make everyone merry at Giant Eagle Market District and GetGo.
Fan weather.
from the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Expect mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies today with temperatures a bit milder than yesterday. We top out around 40 degrees, but we'll add in a little bit of a breeze out of the south and west between 10 and 15 miles per hour, potentially gusting up to 20 to 25. Tonight, we remain partly cloudy with lows in the lower 30s, and Sunday, even milder. Temperatures top out around 50 degrees by the afternoon, a bit breezy still with more sunshine. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm meteorologist Erica Calora.
All the 10 TV people come over to our side of the building to take a deuce. That should tell you something about how we operate. The Fan. This is ONN.
The College Football Playoff Selection Committee will unveil their final 12-team college football playoff bracket at noon on Sunday, December 8th. Ohio State looks to receive an at-large bid into the playoffs following their 10-2 regular season and wins over top 10 teams at Penn State and Indiana. The loss to Michigan still stings, but will likely not keep the Buckeyes out of the playoffs, as was the case last season. Paul Feinbaum covers college football at large for ESPN and joined Bo Bishop earlier this week on ONN affiliate WBNS FM in Columbus. Paul says he was as shocked as anyone that Michigan pulled the upset in Columbus.
It literally left me speechless that Ohio State could play that poorly. I had just said a couple of days ago I thought they were the best and most talented team in the country with a great chance to win it all. So, to say the least, I was gobsmacked.
How do we make sense of this, too? Because, I mean, I've said similar things. You and I both at times have said that Georgia was the most complete, best team in the country. Took 8 overtimes for them to beat Georgia Tech on a Friday. They got to play Texas this week. I mean, the gauntlet for them is crazy. But just in terms of these teams that look to have superior talent, and in the case of Ohio State and Georgia, absolutely do, not being able to get it done at the level that we would expect. Is there a common theme, or is it just happenstance?
Coaches tell me, and I'm sure you've heard the same thing, that some of it is just where we are right now. It's, at some places, a coach of a very good team that is in the playoff hunt, or was until Tuesday night, told me that when you bring in so many new players, it takes a long time to get them in rhythm. Now, I realize we were at the 12th game of the season, but sometimes they come and go, and a game like that may not mean as much to a Caleb Downs. I'm just giving you even though I don't think that was a factor, or Judkins, or somebody who didn't grow up in Dayton or in Toledo on the border there. I mean, I don't know that. It's hard for me to believe that anybody playing for Ohio State wouldn't know how important that game is, especially when you consider the last 4 years.
Yeah, you can't go a step in the facility without being reminded of what that rivalry game is. But the one thing that is different about this is they're going to make the playoff. I mean, this Buckeye team's going to be in the playoff. They very likely could be hosting a game. You saw this similarly. What was the year that Jalen Hurts, didn't he go around Tuscaloosa with an Auburn jersey on with the national championship trophy? Didn't that happen?
I think that did happen. And back to your point, other than the fact that the head coach is being talked about on his last leg and maybe being fired, Ohio State really didn't suffer that much from the loss. I mean, they're still in a really good spot. They won't play for the Big Ten championship, and they won't perhaps have a bye. But the idea that you can lose that game, which was your second loss of the year, and most likely, almost definitely host a playoff game, is unbelievable.
We'll be back with more Ohio Sports Magazine next on the Ohio News Network.
Join our resident gambling degenerates Dave Biddle and Scotty Vegas for On the Money Sunday morning at 9.
Presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
All the action, none of the responsibility. The Fan.
Year-end pricing. New Kias under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
$5? You see, Max, the holidays drive everyone crazy. Especially Great Lakes Kia.
Hi, mister. Did you hear? Year-end pricing.
Thanks, kid, but my credit's in the doghouse. No offense, Max.
If you've got a job, you ride.
A job, eh? Go on.
Lease new Kia K4, K5, and Sorrentos. All three under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
That's only $149 a month for 24 months.
New 25 Kia K5 LXS, K4 LXS, and Sorrento LX. Standard with third row seating. All three under $5 a day. Save thousands.
Thousands?
And we have 0% financing.
I'm tingly. I can't take it.
You're happy.
New Kias under $5 a day.
During the season of New Tradition sales event.
Great cars.
Great people. Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus.
GreatLakesKia.com.
To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
You can use your phone at a doctor's office. You can use your phone at a football game. You can even use your phone at an amusement park. But one place you should never use your phone is behind the wheel. Fines now start at $150. So remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
If you're struggling with ED or your performance is down and your belly fat is growing, listen up. You've got one life. Now is the time to act.
At the Columbus Men's Clinic, we're not just healthcare, we're your secret weapon. Don't wait another day. Here's why you need to act right now.
Every moment you delay, your condition could worsen. It's not just about sex, it's about your heart, your relationship, your life.
The Columbus Men's Clinic has over 10 years of proven results for low testosterone and increasing drive, energy level, and performance. We've introduced ED and enhancement treatments so exclusive, you'll wonder why you waited.
Procrastination is the thief of time. When it comes to your sexual health, you can't afford to wait. Join the League of Gentlemen who've walked out of our doors with a swagger.
Call the Columbus Men's Clinic at 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com. Book your $99 male performance consultation now, including blood work. Call 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com. The Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
Bobby Carpenter here for Germain Toyota. Ready for a new ride? Swing by Germain Toyota and ask for Marcello and discover unbeatable deals and a wide selection of new and certified pre-owned Toyota vehicles. Visit them at germaintoyota.net. Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road.
Bob and Teresa Capace here at Worthington Jewelers. Thinking of proposing this holiday season? Find the perfect ring to capture your love.
Family owned for 25 years with over 1,500 styles and a relaxed, no-pressure atmosphere.
Worthington Jewelers, where Columbus gets engaged.
Military veterans and active duty service members, you could become a certified cyber warrior with just 12 weeks of training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, and IT pros with these skills often enjoy abundant opportunity and a great lifestyle. Protect our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. GI Bill, SkillBridge, and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest? How to win? Or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
This is ONN.
For Ohio State football fans, there's strong familiarity with the name Maurice Clarett. As a freshman running back, he helped Ohio State win a national championship in 2002, putting the college football world on notice with his great talents and helping the Buckeyes win their first national title since 1968. But that season and Maurice's time as a Buckeye did not come without controversy. He eventually was determined to be ineligible by the NCAA following that season. He filed suit against the NFL to gain entry through the supplemental draft and didn't even survive training camp with the Denver Broncos. Following that, many well-publicized off-the-field problems. But after serving time in prison, Maurice Clarett has turned his life around, setting examples for others. He talked with us the week of the Ohio State-Michigan football game about how Buckeye coach Ryan Day has encouraged him to be around the current edition of the Buckeye football team.
It's been phenomenal, to say the least. And I think that, anybody who's known me or has seen my journey, I'm pretty sure that they probably feel the same way. A homecoming of sorts, but then also spiritually rewarding for me, to be back out there after 20-odd years, to, be back around the team and be on the field and to just relive that and to see games up close and personal. It's been amazing, but probably the most rewarding thing, the irony of all this is that my daughter, she's a freshman at the school, and her entire life she's never seen me have a relationship for something I'm most popular from, being Ohio State, and then for her to come to the games and see me like that. And she said, "Daddy, it's the first time I've really seen you happy." That kind of just made my day and just, made me love the moment even more, just being back around the program.
Does it make you flash back to 2002 and what that was like being a freshman of that football team?
Oh, yes, it does. I didn't realize how serious I get once I get into that place. it's just very weird. You haven't been somewhere in 20 years, and then when you step back out there, there's a bit of gladiator-ish mentality that comes into my mind. And you start to think about when you played, and you start looking at the X's and O's of the game, and you get this feeling that I used to get when I was playing, where you feel like you're a superhero of some sorts. And, whether I'm giving advice to the players, or whether I'm trying to encourage them, or whether I'm in the locker room trying to just have that spirit be infectious, it's almost like it's scary to think like how an environment can drive an old behavior or old mentality that you once used to go out and win games, or to feel like that you had so much innate power to dominate another team. But it's been phenomenal, to say the least.
Maurice, when we spent all those times broadcasting the games and you played here, and especially with this being the week of playing the team up north, the one play that comes back to my mind is that catch that you made late in that game to keep that game-winning drive going. I'm sure there's a lot of plays you remember, but hopefully that's one of them that stands out.
Yeah, it's one that a lot of people remember me from, and I'm happy that Coach Tressel believed in me. But I remember that week I had prepared so much, and there's an old saying in football that big players make big plays in big games, and there's moments in every game where you have to go to the coach and you have to become comfortable with saying, hey, put the burden on me, put the big play on me. And just from preparation all that week, there was things that I had seen that were going on during the game. And I knew that we can exploit them and take advantage of them. And he believed in the 18-year-old kid. And Craig threw the ball, I caught it, and just the eruption from the crowd. That's what I think that the 12th man is kind of what got everybody into it even more. But thanks to Coach Tressel for believing in me, and thanks to my man Craig Krenzel. I haven't seen him in some years for throwing a pass to me.
We're talking about your connection to Ohio State, Maurice, but it's my understanding you've also spent some time with Coach Hurley at UConn with the basketball team. What's that exposure been like?
Oh, it's been a great experience. I was with Coach Hurley back in 2019. He randomly heard me on a podcast, and I was talking about just mindset, mentality, and overcoming adversity, and just all the things that had taken me to go from, where I was at in college to all of my ups and downs to where I was at. And he invited me out to the team. And so when he invited me out to the team, he said, hey, man, could you just share your experience with our guys? And I shared my experience with the guys, and he was like, hey, could you just come up here once a month and be yourself and just form a relationship and a bond with the players? And after I spent a bunch of time around him, I started to realize that we were the same type of individual, but he's loved basketball and I love football, but he needed somebody who was just a little bit more mature but can speak the kids' language, but who can also drive the messaging he had with improvement and hard work and tenacity and grittiness and just the seriousness about these guys that have been developed with me throughout the years. And the next thing you know, I would go up every month and get on a plane, and I would go to stores, and I had seen him clean up everything inside that program, where I had learned a ton about just the championship approach from his father, winning 27 state championships, and how he had built the program. And then for them to win and see it and understand it and be a part of it, then for them guys to go to back-to-back and win it again, it was phenomenal. But there was so much that was learned in the process that, one, it helped me in the current business that I do, but then also as I've come down here and made a relationship with Coach Day, I've been able to just share some of the things that I've learned that I think that any team in general can benefit from.
We'll be back with more Ohio Sports Magazine next on the Ohio News Network.
From sugar cookie crumbs in the kitchen to pine needles under the tree, count on Stihl for Christmas cleanup made easy with the SEA20 battery-powered handheld vacuum. Now just $99.99. Power up the holiday and give a gift from the top of their wish list. Visit your local Stihl dealer today or shop online at StihlUSA.com. Was $159.99 MSRP. Includes battery and charger. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
Do you want a job that is flexible, secure, and fun? It also offers excellent pay and is ranked as one of the best jobs in America, too. I'm talking about being a dental hygienist. And all you have to do is complete a 2-year program after high school. Visit ODA.org to learn more and to start helping people love their smile. This message is brought to you by the members of the Ohio Dental Association.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state.
ONN affiliate WBNS TV reports.
Haley Kirby reporting in downtown Toledo.
From the State House, Kevin Landers.
ONN Canton. ONN affiliate WKYC TV in Cleveland explains.
In Marietta, Brett Wharf, ONN News.
Emma Henderson in Genoa.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at ONNradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network.
Do you have foot pain? Foot pain is not normal regardless of your age or job. Podiatric physicians are the most qualified doctors to care for your feet and can provide important foot care solutions or shoe inserts to better manage foot pain. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state and are dedicated to providing the highest quality foot and ankle care. We've been serving the profession and the public for over 100 years. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
Getting a live Christmas tree to plant after the holidays? Well, here are some tips. In the house, keep it away from heat sources that could wake it up out of dormancy. You don't want that. Dig your hole now before the ground freezes. Or if you plan to wait till spring, you need to protect roots from extreme cold with mulch or straw. And move it from the warm house to an unheated area like a garage temporarily to make the transition outside more gentle. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the Ohio chapter of the International Society of Arboriculture at treesforohio.org. That's trees, the number 4, ohio.org.
Healthcare.gov has plans for health because you have plans for life. All plans cover doctor visits and emergency care to keep you and your family running strong. All plans cover hospital stays and prescriptions so you can have peace of mind. Visit healthcare.gov to explore health plans from the brands you know. 4 out of 5 customers can find a health plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Enroll at healthcare.gov by December 15th for coverage starting January 1st. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Now back to Ohio Sports Magazine on the Ohio News Network. Once again, here's Jay Fox.
Now let's get some highlights from the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. Here's producer Bodie Wells to set the scene.
Thanks, Jay. On the show this week, the guys chatted about who have been some of the most disappointing players for the Cleveland Browns this season.
This is our next topic, and Tyvus, you led us right into it. Dustin, you alluded to Dustin Hopkins missing the field goal earlier. When you look at this Browns season in totality, it could be Hopkins, it could be Emerson, it could be somebody else. Who's been the most disappointing Brown this season in terms of what you expected versus the reality of what we got?
Who you got? I mean, I assume we're not going to talk about 4.
Yeah. Well, if you think he's the most disappointing,
moving right along.
If you had no expectations for him, then yeah.
No, I think we all had expectations for him, but I'm not going to pick him.
That's low-hanging fruit. Pointless. Yeah.
It's kind of a given. I'd say the left tackle situation.
Jed.
Yeah, and no backups and not having any answer for that position to me. I'll give one, so I'll let you guys, unless you want more from me.
No, you go one. If you have another one that no one else mentions, you can go again at the end.
Go ahead, Tyvus. Who you got?
There's a lot of options here, unfortunately.
Yeah. Who you got?
The most disappointed Browns player.
Can't get away from
MJ. By the way, Sean
now.
was killing David the joke.
What? The thing about MJ is, I said it. I predicted that would probably happen this season, so it's not disappointing. I mean, I guess it is disappointing that I was right.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed. He runs an 81 on Madden. He's 81 speed. I guess it would be him. I guess it would be.
He's only 81.
81. No,
81 speed.
That's not true.
Acceleration is a 76.
It would be, because I think that I truly think the fact that when you look at what he did in the preseason, the joint practices, the hype that he got, you know, the him working out with Denzel the offseason, and him coming into the season knowing that this is a big year for me contract-wise. Like, and this is the display that we got. Like that, it hurts my heart for him, because it's like, you're not going to break the bank doing this. So I feel bad for the guy. But to me, I feel like it's so bad that it kind of messes up what they want to do as a defense. And if that's the case, that's a huge problem. Like, if we can't comfortably run man-to-man because we think you may be the weakness. I'm not saying this might be the case. It may or may not be the case. But I'm just saying, if he has become that weak of a link, that's a problem.
Man. By the way, before we move on with this, there's one thing I just remembered, Mike, that you said earlier. I know it's stupid, but I think technically the Browns have not been eliminated from the playoffs.
Did I say that today?
I think you said they were eliminated, and I don't know why I just thought about it an hour and a half later. Technically, there's some machination of tiebreakers that if they won out, they
I'll
can
dive
make the playoffs.
into the playoff scenarios. While I'm doing that, who would you crown as the most disappointing Browns so far?
Actually, this is not even really close. Ron Thornhill. Bro.
He's going to tweet about you.
That's fine. That's so bum he's been. Like, you just listen.
To catch the full breakdown, just search for the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show on YouTube. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and enjoy their daily content covering all things Cleveland sports. We'll be back to wrap up this week's Ohio Sports Magazine show here on the Ohio News Network.
The Buckeye Show.
Position coach and head coach and coordinators would be of the mindset of resting starters because the playoffs are what matter most.
The Buckeye Show.
Presented by Coors Light and sponsored by CareSource.
Weeknights at 6 on The Fan.
A savory Meyer ham is the perfect centerpiece for any holiday feast. Now through December 24th, Meyer Spiral Sliced Half Ham is just 79 cents per pound with M-Perks. Limit 1, no clipping necessary. Discount automatically applied when your M-Perks ID is entered at checkout. Buy one, get one for $1 on a 3-pound bag of red or yellow potatoes or yellow onions. Save on Kraft stovetop stuffing for $1.99. And get a Marie Callender's frozen pumpkin pie for just $4.99. Incredible taste and impressive prices make the holidays a good deal better. Exclusions apply. Go to Meijer.com for details.
Get Eco.
ECO. Hey, Aaron, did you know I invented one of the most important things in the whole toilet industry? You did? What was it? I invented jiggling the handle. You did that? Doesn't everybody just think back to the first time you jiggled the handle on a toilet that wouldn't stop running? It was because somebody shouted, "Jiggle the handle." I guess now that I think about it, well, that person was told by somebody, and that somebody was told by somebody, and it all traces back to me.
Get Eco.
ECO. So, as impressive as that is, Jerry, you know people could just get Eco to come and fix their toilet so it doesn't run on. That would also work, I guess.
Get Eco.
ECO. And once we fix it, it's fixed. You don't have to jiggle the handle next time. No, you're right. That is better. Although we should keep passing your wisdom along, in case it happens at somebody else's house. Thanks, Aaron.
Get Eco.
ECO. Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. GetEco.com.
Save big money on Masterforce automotive tools at Menards. Don't get left out in the cold. Easily jumpstart your vehicle with a Masterforce 1500 amp lithium-ion jumpstarter. It's portable and designed for jumpstarting vehicles with engines up to 8 cylinders, has spark-resistant clamps and preheating technology that warms batteries for easier jumpstarting in extreme cold weather conditions. Get the Masterforce 1500 amp jumpstarter today for $119.99. Sale price good through December 15th.
Martha was ready to switch to a career in IT.
There's always a need for IT specialists, especially with AI coming out and cybersecurity. It's practically recession-proof.
My Computer Career even provides job placement help.
The career specialists, they're very helpful. They care about you as a person. You're not just a number to them. I would recommend My Computer Career wholeheartedly to anyone.
Take the free career evaluation today. Become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. Not available in Washington State.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Mommy, want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with DayQuil VapoCool. It's DayQuil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is DayQuil VapoCool.
DayQuil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
We test marketed naming the show A Guy and His Butlers.
Oh, that is very touching.
But we thought Bishop and Friends had a better ring to it.
Weekday mornings at 9.
The Fan. Now back to Ohio Sports Magazine on the Ohio News Network. Once again, here's Jay Fox.
Thank you to Nicole Sharon and RJ Van Almen for being our guests this week on Ohio Sports Magazine. Thanks to all of our Locked On podcast contributors this week as well. For Bodie Wells, Eric Reeser, and Paul Keels, I'm Jay Fox. Thanks for listening to Ohio Sports Magazine. Join us next week right here on the Ohio News Network.